Um, it's gonna back up a bit. This isn't nothing. Nobody needs to tune in for this at all. Seriously, I mean, if you don't want to be in it, I'll turn on the chat is open, but I don't expect anybody to tune in for this. I don't watch I watch the chat occasionally, but not really often. And yeah, it's up. I never watch who's in and who's not. If I get distracted, then I won't stay focused and stuff. And then people come in, and if I am trying to do a subject, people often just try and like take it weird places and stuff. So I missed some people in the last one. Sorry about that. Um, I mean, if you're making music and making art and stuff, you gotta believe in what you do. You can't, you can't like baby toe. You're gonna have to make some kind of, you gotta do something. I'm not saying you have to jump all the way, but you gotta do something. Put on the swim trunks at least. Jeez, you still got your pants on. Trying to dip your toe in the water. What are you doing, man? You want to go swimming or no? And if so, shouldn't you at least be prepared in case someone pushes you or something? Which is exactly what the musical industry will do if you're not ready. Like how many kids they just shove in the deep end? Drugs, sex, teenagers. It's fucked up, man. Even worse is the adults that are buying it. That's fucked up, dude. It's very, very fucked up. They're breeding. Did you see that one guy on Tosh that was like doing the? I'm not sure if he was delusional, thought he used Justin Bieber or something like that. It's like people are always talking. He had the little tiny microphone. I wish I could find. It was worse than. It was kind of one of these type of things. Except it's like worse, even like smaller. Like probably like about this tall, and like, but it had like a long, like a, it had a stem, but yeah, it's probably like this. People talk about Selena Gomez and they talk about what's going on with us, and I just laugh. I was talking to her the other day. It's like, what the fuck? They're trying to, just like Trump, they're trying to capitalize on that. No wonder they don't want to fucking do bills to help mentally ill people. That's their voters. Yeah, it's just such a fucked up world. It's kind of like hard to get a good start on a conversation because, like, every time you get a good foothold on where to start, it's like there's a thousand fucking branches off of that of how fucking shit. Just that one step in the direction of just trying to describe the shit that you're wading through. And that's why you can't get through this shit, because as soon as you step on this thing of shit, and like, holy shit, there's this shit over here. Someone behind you's going, really? Well, we've been living in this shit. And like, I know you have. I'm not saying this entire cesspool is bad. Why are you fucking sitting in it? Jesus Christ. You gotta fucking believe in yourself. Inside all of us is part of the creator that created all of us. The part that doesn't make mistakes. Lessons are not mistakes. If you learn from it, then it wasn't a mistake, was it? It can be an accident. You learn from it. And you don't make that mistake again. Because then it would be a mistake. And you know what the consequences of it are. And you still do it, that's a mistake. You don't know what the consequences of, and you fuck up. That's errors. Normal. Human. Yeah, here's a question for a lot of people, and atheists are welcome to join in on this. How many of you guys would accept Jesus' fucking forgiveness, yet not grant God that same forgiveness if you found out he was the devil? Everything that you call the devil, he's it. And you are the ones who've discerned what's good and what's bad. Right? That's why you weren't supposed to eat from that tree. There is no good or bad. Being naked is just being naked. It's just a state of being. Dead is not right or wrong. It's just a state of being. Who told you you're naked? You wouldn't have happened to got into that knowledge that you shouldn't have gotten into, did you? I had a feeling. It's going to be a long ride, but we got it worked out already. I had a feeling. Oh, no, I had a feeling. I've already worked something out. I've got an obedient child. They'll do whatever the fuck I say. Because God would have whatever he wants, and he's gonna get it. That's the thing you don't understand. God wants something. That's the difference between us and him. He wants something. That's how it goes. You get that, right? It doesn't matter what we think about it, whether we think it's right, whether we think it's fair. Well, you shouldn't. None of that matters. Especially when you're talking about with a being that is so more far advanced and can see so much more than just the linear bullshit you see. I can see like 5, 10 moves ahead, much less what God's got planned. I mean, but I can get glimpses. Because I want to know his ways. I want to understand. I want to be truly one of his children, not just a fucking occupier of the fucking space. Not just a taker of the good fortune. No, fuck you. I want to set the curve like I did in high school, motherfucker. Call me teacher's pet. I want to know. I want to know that shit. I want to know. He said, come let us reason together. Why are you guys not? You afraid? What are you afraid of? What'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do? Atheist, what'd you do? Why don't you want to answer to somebody? Why would you rather believe there is no God, no creator to this? That this is all some kind of insane just experiment. What'd you do? Did you break one of the rules and you didn't get smacked in the face and like, oh, there's no one home? Because that's not the way he works. He's not a magic 8-ball. Nor is he a, if you break my rules. I know your dad might have been that way. But your father, capital F, call no man on earth. He ain't that way. He's got time. Vengeance is his. He'll see you eventually. So go ahead and get away with whatever you want to get, you know? Try to run out your fucking earthly time clock, which he set for you long before. Try to fucking live without the heartbeat he puts in your chest. Try to live without the lungs that you don't control while you're asleep. Yeah, that's just random, right? What'd you do? What'd you do? You know you can ask for forgiveness and be okay. You know that, right? No, you can't ask for forgiveness, be okay, and then go do it again. You can ask for forgiveness and turn from your ways and be fine. Get your head in the book and you'll be all right. We're almost out of time. I mean, actually, I guess we'd say we're out of time because this is all actually past. This isn't present. You're watching a rerun. This isn't live. Just like any deja vu you ever saw. Welcome to it, man. This is the new deja vu. It's already run, but it's called the first time. Very unsteady for the first go round. If I've been told correctly. There's not much time. There's less than there's at most a year and a month. At most. If what I've been told is correct. If what I've read and discerned. And this was my theory of the entirety of the universe. If you look up Christopher Langan, there's one video where you'd be shocked. I was looking. I had the paper sitting there on the desk, out there in the living room when I drew my entirety of summing up what the universe is, how it is, where we're going, and the similarities of what they visualize between. I had to pause the screen. Now, mine's like this. I had to turn it like that. Where I used circles, he used hexagons. Or whoever's doing the automation. Where the yin yang is, there was an eyeball, which was the observer, which is God, which is what I was saying this is. This harmony is God in harmony with himself. Everything was there. Even the fact that this was off center to the side of where I put it off center. Instead of having arrows coming down, he had arrows coming from the side. Instead of being circles, it was hexagons that were that were crossing each other. Other than that, dude's got a 200 IQ. With math, he proved the ideas he was saying. Prove everything I've been saying over the last 30 years. I don't have the math for it. He does. Is he more correct? I don't know. I've never done the math on mine, so I don't know. I'll have to hand it to him that he did the math and he figured it out. Very well done, man. Very well done. His thing that he went through, the reason why you don't know more about it, because he believes in God. He has a 200 IQ and believes in God. Even better, he's got the math to prove it. And people don't like that. Because they wanted him to come forward and be, see, the man with 200 IQ says there is no God. He goes forward and goes, oh yeah, there's a God. I ran the math and everything. His eventual tagline, I believe, was something in the absence of empirical proof of the presence of God, we'll have to settle for the, God, was it the, like, unassailable evidence of logic. Just the logic. Just we're going to have to settle for logic. Since we don't have proof of God, we're going to have to settle for the logic. And then he goes down and he breaks it the fuck down. God damn, he breaks it the fuck down. You can hear in his voice how tired he is of having to explain to people who don't fucking get it. They don't understand, or they don't even want to. As soon as they hear God, they're like, yeah, no, you can't be right. He's right. He's right. It says in the end that a great sword be given to the angel Michael, I think. Talks about there's another angel, a sword proceeded from his mouth. Cuts both ways. Well, his ideas both merge science and it cuts both ways, unfortunately. He's using science, which cuts those guys down, to prove God, which cuts those guys down. It cuts both ways. You can't take the science of what he's saying and be a Christian and go, yeah, but none of the other studying stuff. You can't. Ha. Yeah, you can't do it. And also, you can't say there's no God. How do we know you got to? I took the IQ test. Have you read? Yes, I've read. And that's what his voice sounds like as you're listening to him talk. I'd love to have like a conversation with him and just a conversation, not about the CTMU, just talk. Because he's probably, even though it's his idea and he's happy to share it, especially with people that understand, there are several times he thought he was. I could tell. I read people and I read voices. I could tell that he thought he was getting across this one guy. He's like, okay, I understand. He's like, yeah, right. And then he goes, they asked, and then the interviewer asked a question. And I'm like, you don't get anything he was saying at all. Because if you did, you would never ask that question. That question is already answered. And you hear him go, and he starts in. And I'm like, see? 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 If you understood what he was saying, there's no way you'd ask that question. So you don't get what he's saying at all. On top of that, he knows where you're going with it because you asked if he knew so-and-so, and he's like, yeah, I'm familiar with so-and-so. In other words, you believe that idea more than what he just laid out. So why are you bothering this man at all? Are you envious of his 200 IQ, the size of his IQ? I mean, the fact that he was a bouncer, the fact that he doesn't use his IQ to do incredible things, instead he lives a very simple life. Wyoming, Wisconsin, it's one of them fucking places. He's got like a ranch and shit. He's just living off nature and being a natural fucking person. But in his brain is the ability to do all this incredible complex math. He's been approached by pretty much every department, and he's like, no. He's been working on his cognitive theoretical model of the universe. I'm sure it's either done or pretty much done by now. God, I wanted to talk to him about negative time. He's still alive, and I still want to do that. But I mean, by now, this was when I was first started talking about negative time. No one was talking about negative time. Now it's kind of like a lot of places, man. Everywhere I go, and I get like, since I talk about it, my tablets and shit are probably listening every fucking device here. But the point is that it's not like it's bringing up articles from like 5 years ago. It's like articles from like the last 2 weeks. When I started talking about negative time almost a year ago. Now they're having these huge leaps. And almost all the subjects I've been talking about, they've been having huge leaps. As far as negative time, they're trying to go back in time. Scratch that shit right out. For the same reason going future is out of the question. Scratch it right out, man. It ain't happening. If you do, what you'll find is that the changes don't take any permanence. And if anything, you would write a secondary timeline that just dead-ended when it got to the time they should have gone with the regular. Then it comes an inevitable impossibility that you can't go back and it grandfather clauses itself right the fuck out. And you never really affected the original timeline anyways. What kind of damage does that cause? I don't know. I do know that if currently the universe is working on superpositioning, that means that all atoms know where all atoms are going to be. Past, present, future, and whatever. Interfering with that, what does that do? I don't know. Neither do you. And it's not something we're supposed to mess with. If we were allowed to go back in time, it wouldn't be just a matter of will. It'd be a matter of thought and doing it. Time, which would only go forward. Energy is allowed to go backwards. God is allowed to go backwards because of him going backwards to put stuff in the first time. You understand? So when we're going through the front time, he's already gone through the first time backwards. First will be the last will be the first. He already went backwards at the same time we were going forward from the Big Bang. He's got a fucking head start on us. He's already been through and finished. You get that, right? If he is at the present and in the past and in the future, he's in all places. That means he's here right now. Now, he might not be a present, but he's here. He's in the other room sleeping. You get that? He's still here, even if he's not actively talking. If the universe is 14 billion years old, the Bible says that God created the universe in 7 days. So therefore, 14 billion divided by 7. The Bible says, to God, a day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as a day. That doesn't mean use that as a conversion chart. That means time is out the window. For you, a day may pass. For him, it's like 1,000 fucking years, 1,000 lifetimes, 1,000 million plus is however you need. The decimal between zero, the number of spaces between 0.01 and how many spots you have between 0. Until it's 0.99. He is all those. He is the 1 and the 2. He's the 0 and the 5. He's already there and been done that. He's already doing all of it. This whole thing is how he kills time, which we call forever. We'll never get there, most of us, because we're not clean enough. We're not good enough. We won't make it through the first filtering. Blessed is he who takes place in the first resurrection. For the second death has no hold on them. The first resurrection. How many of you trust God with your life? Like with your life? Like if you were to walk in the room right now and start choking you to death. It was him. You knew it was him. Wouldn't hold a grudge. Be like, I don't know what this is about, but I trust you. Do what you gotta do. I've done it. So I had a hemorrhage in my brain. I'm in a bad neighborhood. 2 guys there. I'm not stopping. I'm not stupid. And I hear, how much do you trust me? I said, with my life, sir. I know the voice because I've heard it before. And then he says, they can't kill you. And he's gone. So it's up to me. Remember the passage, he who seeks to keep his life will lose it, and he who seeks to lose his life will gain it. Put on the brakes. We just need to ride around the corner. Okay, well, I was freaking out for nothing. Guy comes back with a third dude. I'm like, it's fucking over for me. I don't even know if I'm going to live through this. But, I mean, he said they can't kill me. That was 2000. It's been 25 years, man. I'm going to talk with him. I think I've done my time. I'm going to see about parole. See if we can get like a parole board meeting. Because, yeah, man. This was never even really, the whole reason was never really about me to begin with. I didn't do anything. I was trying to help. But, we'll see what happens, man. April Fool's I mean, can you imagine like the longest running April Fool's joke that you've ever seen in your life? I mean, that would be fucking vicious. Let's talk about Trump for a second. Why he's behaving the way he is. So, he did last time with the tariffs on Canada. Antichrist Trump. And so, this time around, he threatens the tariffs. Mexico gives him another warning. He backs off. May have paid him money. I don't know. Tries to do it. I'm sure he probably tried to like remove because they're projecting the damage. And Canada said they're ready. They prepared a war room. A war room. Just to handle the tariff issue. Do we have a war room? We have Donald Trump. He bankrupted 3 casinos. Thy will be done, Lord. So, like last time, the stock market starts to tank again. And there's no way to blame it on Biden because what he said last time directly affected the stock market. He backed off. This time, he said, yo, I'm tough on this. There will be no extension stuff this time. Stock market took a huge, even bigger tumble. He calls out the tariffs from Mexico. Probably called up Trudeau. Look, the tariffs are off. Because at the same time, they're announcing that Mexico, the tariffs are off. Trudeau is probably going, well, I know for a fact, he made a public announcement. We're in a trade war. So, he probably got a call from Big Boy Trump. Well, I'm not going to do the tariffs this month, but we reserve the right to inflict them upon you if you decide to. You know what, Trump? Lift the tariffs. We're still tariffing you. We're still removing all of it. It's not changing. So your best bet would be to go ahead and push forward. Because we're tariffing you now. You're not in control of this anymore. You're not going to do this to us every month. You're not going to do this to us whenever you feel like it. You're not going to bully us around. We're going to stand up. And we're going to show you how much you need us. We're not just your hat. We help in ways your people have no fucking idea. But they're about to learn. Because now there's a big tariff on all the stuff that was. And they strategically are attacking the red states so that they hurt the most. Now blue, they explained, blue states you might hurt, but you're not the target. We are trying our best to just target red fucking states. Kentucky, no more bourbon. Fuck your bourbon. Fuck your alcohol. And their shelves were like half empty of American alcohol. Just gone. Way to go, Trump. Awesome. In a time of depression, people like to drink. You know what they're not going to be drinking? American booze. Because of your fucking tariffs. If China sees that and goes, good idea. Yeah, we can make booze here. Oh, wait, we can talk to Mexico. What if we all got on tequila instead of this Kentucky whiskey? I wonder what Mexico would trade us. Oh, shit. Viva la Mexico. What? You're going to sell us how much for how much? When we bought tequila from fucking America, this is the real shit. Whoa, and it's that cheap. You want to join Bricks? Brickums? But you, Canada. Type of America shit. You want to join Bricks? BRICCS? See, Donald Trump's still living in the 80s when America was so powerful and so loved and so whatever that whatever we say goes. And now people are fed up with us bragging about how great we are and not providing any real proof of that. In fact, we're proving over and over around the world why we're the most obnoxious piece of shits ever created. To the point that other countries hate us. Before Trump and all this shit, they hated us coming over. Too loud, too proud, constant complaining, bitching that the new country that you're visiting isn't America. Really? France is not America? We thought you wanted to enjoy something different. Well, America's the best thing. Take your stupid ass back there. You have an Eiffel Tower there. You have your little Luxor Pyramid. Just go to fucking Sin City for all you care, you uncultured fuck. Nothing for the fucking art. The museums that are fucking... Nothing for the statues just walking. I mean, can you imagine? I can't imagine actually having like those kind of statues and shit on the way just walking across a bridge and shit, which is part of your regular walk every day. So they probably take it for granted. But if there is a certain place that can cause inspiration of all kinds of shit, what is this? Why are these group of people? Oh, these are all authors. Why'd they make busts of all their... Oh, okay, they're all British authors that... Gotcha. Oh, they're all from right here in Birmingham. Okay, gotcha. Well, shit, I'm from here. Let me read what these guys... Yeah, that's that man, 70s, it's still like that now. I mean, it's gotten better, but... It's still like that. I was walking around downtown Traverse, and I was sitting there looking at all the stuff that's down there. We gotta change. If there were a chance to keep this place going, there's so much that would have to change. For example, almost every town has a theater, and every person pretty much has a mobile movie studio, or at least can be part of. If you have an iPhone, you can definitely be a part of a movie studio. As a producer, it has a little thing in the bottom to handle a tripod clip. So nothing else, you could be a stationary, your phone could be a stationary shot, part 1 and 2. The director could have, I'm sure they could probably make one that's designed like a fucking glide cam to hold an iPhone. So you and your friends get together, whoever the director is gets 1 or 2 of these. Whoever has a steady hand, and it's a similar thing, kind of like a case thing that holds your iPhone or your iPad, and you can follow behind, and it just stays gliding, smooth as shit. And then you can edit it inside of one of those free programs. Now, the more you pay, the better program you have, the more effects built into it. Now you got a fucking studio. You can just go ahead and get airdropped all the footage that everybody else shot. You got like 12 angles when you shot one scene. Some of the people didn't have to be there necessarily. I get it, you wouldn't want to leave your phone there, but I mean, you can go get an old iPhone and jailbreak it. Like I have an iPhone 6. Shoots damn good footage in low light. And then if you want the cinematic look, turn it sideways, get a 16:9, and then put it into the program, and they have a thing to give HD cameras and stuff a cinematic look. So help me. That's not the cameras. I mean, some cameras are probably that way, but there's the effect you can put on there now. If you watch like an After, they're all done in digital, but we're so used to watching like the film kind of style. They put an effect on there now. because it would look like shit. Honestly, comparatively, it does because it looks too real. It looks like a reproduction of real rather than real. Whereas the cinema looks like we're used to seeing the footage of the cinema. It's just an effect. With green screen and lights, I've got in this thing right here. I've got a green screen and lights. It's a 10 by 20 big old thing. So I could do photos, I could do video, I could do whatever. Um, there's a lot of stuff that could be done with it, but I mean, that was like $200 for the whole kit. You gotta go to like a Photoshop and photo thing online, and there's several places that just look for like green screen kit. And nowadays with like with this light here, the ring light. Adjust it to like if you need some light on the subject, that you know what I mean, because they're in like a darker area. You can turn off the lights, and this is just like they can have like a little. You don't necessarily see the light from it. I've got a lantern. As long as you're doing this, people would believe it's the light, especially if it kind of moved a little bit. So you can see the shadows just moving just a bit as he's walking, or she are walking in the dark. People would believe that was the lantern that they're using. Especially when you turn to the front side and you got the lantern out, she's got the lantern out for like the camera shot here, and you can see basically the same color light. It cuts back to the person. It's all about establishing shots and managing expectations. If people aren't expecting much, give an example. A very simple song. Just do very 2-3 chords. And then you play a simple kind of solo over top of it. It's very like doom da doom doom da doom da. It's it sounds amazingly fast because you've gotten used to it doesn't sound as fast, does it? It sounds like you took the brakes off and went fucking nuts. Like you are just smoking. The beat's just in halftime. There's all kinds of tricks, man. Just set the expectation a little bit. Set the expectation for what chord's going to come next, and then fuck with their heads. Find something else that's not typical that sounds good. But you sing the part they're expecting. Therefore, they're not let down, but at the same time, confused. In the best possible way. Sounds good, and right. Don't sound right. That's not. I mean, it sounds right in like a right way, but because most people in the audience don't understand chord structure. Use that to your advantage when you're playing the chords. Leave out the note you're gonna sing. It cuts a nice little path. Because you can do an E. The Hendrickson version. Okay, so if you know the, let me stand up so I can get closer. You can see better. In case you don't know, if you do, stick with it anyways. Maybe I'll make a funny. Probably not, but alright, good. Yeah. Give me my mic. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and go in E, and this will be the pentatonic. Now there's a variation. You can do all kinds of. Okay, but we're just gonna go ahead and do it from the root. We want to go 1, 1. Okay. Okay. It's got a bit of a sweeter sound. If I can find a backing track in E, I'd probably get fucking sued. But it'd be cool to do like a blues backing track and show you. I could record one real fast, I guess, but I don't have like really a looper. But oh well. But that's the way you do it. Again, instead of having there's your root, instead of being there's your root. Roots. You see what I'm saying? Instead of being roots, you know where the roots are. Is it resolving there? So get back into pentatonic if you're in that. It's just the beginning of the. Start back here. I look at the rake because it sounds like you're playing faster than you are. They're all in key. See how much faster? It sounds like I race up to it, but I don't. So yeah, there's the Anderson version. I learned it for free. I'm passing it on for free. I like sharing information. I get that development takes time and money, but that's because we live in a shitty world. We could fix that But instead, we decided to go, well, that's the way it is. Well, what are we going to do? Rewrite the Constitution 200 years later? I mean, they never even saw airplanes. That book was never supposed to be changed ever. I mean, Thomas Jefferson didn't even suggest. You know why they don't want you revising it? Because the longer the rules are the rules, the longer it's the norm. The longer it's the norm, the longer it is ingrained. The longer it's ingrained, the less likely you are to change it. The less likely you are to change it, the more they are able to find a loophole. Oh, look. Didn't go nowhere, did it? So this hand hit there, bounce, caught in this hand. Same pick. Didn't go nowhere. The way Halliburton, under their other name, when they were accused of war profiteering in Vietnam. Well, by people that were astute, go, this is the same shit you did in Vietnam under your other name. No bid contracts. Oh, and your former president is now the vice president. It's interesting how that happened. Boy, you Republicans are so astute and so on the ball. You pay so much attention to what's going on, right? The price of eggs. So important. The economy. So important. Never mind the fact that the guy that fucked the economy because he didn't take COVID seriously and now is like, well, you gotta remember we had a COVID setback. It wouldn't have been a setback if he would have said, mask up instead of fucking shoot up ivermectin. Inject sunlight into the body. Inject sunlight into the body under the skin. He has the best words, and that's the best shit he can come up with. Just think about, okay, this guy has the best words. So does anyone who has a dictionary, if you think about it. No, don't want to think about it. Yeah, that's probably why you voted for Trump. So, it's not like he invented these words. Even though he claims to have invented prime the pump, even though it's been used as an economic term for fucking forever. He claimed no one was using the term groceries until he started using it. And one of the word groceries is a simple word, groceries. And it says it's eggs, it's bacon, it's milk, things you get. No one's using this word. It's just a simple word, groceries. And then, how are those grocery prices doing since he won on that subject? So are you guys ready to admit that it was never about Barack Obama not being born in America? You guys ready to admit it was, you won. You won. You got everything you want. You have the House, you have the presidency, and the Supreme Court is all but fucking conservative. You have all the things. Can you finally admit the truth that you've been lying? And it's just a bunch of fucking racists. No? You'll admit it. You'll admit it soon. You'll admit it and you'll confess with your tongue. Before our God. You'll confess your sin. You will. We all will. Unless you've already done it, in which case there's, and stop doing that shit. And there's nothing to apologize for because you've been doing the right thing. You've been saying fuck money. There's not a single dollar in a hamburger. My walls aren't insulated by a single penny. If so, I could hack in there and get this month's fucking rent. Oh wait, it's already built, right? So why is it called a building? Is it still under construction? Because that would explain why you're allowed to keep charging me. Because it's never built, is it? It's a building in progress. I understand when it's going up. But then it should be a built. At least a build. There's a build downtown you can buy. You can or rent it out. I mean, the owner is willing to rent it out. Yeah, it's already built. It's designed to handle that kind of stuff. No, you won't have to build anything in there. It's a build. It is a build. It is a fucking brewery build. It is designed to be a brewery. No, they're not putting it up. It's not a building. And you don't drive in a fucking... You drive on a parkway. You park in a driveway. You don't drive in a driveway. And you don't park on a parkway. It's called a sidewalk, even though pedestrians were there first. Well, you just gotta walk. Oh, because it's side, secondary. You guys don't even understand. If you understand the language you're using, you're just self-subjugating. That's why they don't want you to understand the language. The language you use strangles you. Without a good vocabulary, you're limited to regurgitation of what you've heard. It's harder to build a complex, coherent, original thought without the words to reach in to describe besides I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm furious. Oh, you got levels of that. Great. What else you got? Now describe your sadness. How sad? On the level of one. No. I'm just feeling malaise. You feeling melancholy? What's up, man? Give me something more to go on. You want to be alone? Are you feeling like sick? Because sometimes just being, yeah, I mean, one of the first things of like, just do a self check real quick. Do you feel sick? I know it's a little stuff. You're probably coming down with something because you're usually much more upbeat than this. I can go get some like vitamin C and shit, but I really don't want to get sick. So I'm going to head out real quick. Well, I mean, because I don't know for sure. I will talk to you on the phone all day long. I mean, are you feeling, I mean, again, how are you feeling? Are you feeling down? No one cares that much, do they? How you doing? Fine. Cool. See you later. When they ask how you're doing, the proper answer is fine. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you want to have a conversation with someone on a human level. I'm sorry for... So I went to the courthouse today to file my paperwork, find out my resources and my avenues of recourse. Because I'm not fucking around. I had entered the building, and I went to I'd been to that one for like traffic stuff. I don't get into trouble, so I don't know where's fucking what. So I've been to that one. I knew that was the courthouse, so I went there and I went to the front of court, and okay, yeah, this is not. You need to go to the whatever department. I can't remember what it was. Not civil. There was a civil department there, but it was. I don't know. So I went and talked to them, and the lady's like, "How much?" And I'm like, I really don't even want money. I just want them to make good and give me back the program I had. And she's like, okay, well, I mean, the max we can handle is 25,000. I'm like, yeah, we can get it done for 25,000. Yeah, I'm not charged. If anything, I just want my money back that I invested in them, so at full price, so I can invest in another company. and just part ways, you know? I'll take some extra cash for the fact that I'm going to have to migrate 20 years of songs over to a whole new program. Jesus Christ. And again, they offer me every single pack in BFD3 and Revolver as if that's the problem. The problem is their licensor thing and the programs don't work. Great, they don't work on my machine. My shit is legit, dude. Presonus 1810C. You have to buy that. Phonic console. You have to buy that. Plugin Alliance subscription. You have to buy that. Amp Locker and all the plugins. I'm in constant contact with them, promoting them, saying these are fucking hardworking people that clearly care about the product and whatever. Cheap plugins. Check them the fuck out. I have a whole video of a way to get free resources of shit. And I included BFD Player because at the time BFD3 was hobbling along enough that I could get work done. And it didn't freeze up all the time, just if I changed so many pieces or like loaded different presets, like 2 or 3 presets in one song. Yeah, it's closing. It's locking everything up. Which takes me out of the field of fucking wanting to mix at all. So I go to the place to file my shit. And then someone's like, the max can do 25,000. I get the paperwork. She gives me some resources of fucking people to call, including like, you know, local legal counsel and shit. I've got, well, I'm will, because I don't want to abuse my family like that. You know, I mean, I'll take their advice, whatever they say. Because they're not even from this area, they're from another area, but they're legal, and they could probably get me in touch, and they're from Michigan, so they could probably get me in touch with someone up here in Traverse. Easy. Someone that they trust, that they, you know, I mean, they probably have crossed paths with someone from around this area, if nothing, I mean, you know, come on. They have family up here, and they might have been lawyers up here before they moved to where they're living at now. So, I'll take their advice. I've already reached out. I'm just waiting to hear back. In the meantime, I'm already moving forward on my own. I'm smart enough to figure this out. You can... Yeah. There's some paperwork online to file a complaint. And whatever it costs for the filing fee, I got it. I got that much. I got that much. No problem. You don't have to represent myself. It's such an open and shut case. Because I just want the program from before they bought it. And I have a copy. All they have to do is make it compliant with their bullshit license system. Spoof. Make a program that spoofs the other database. It's in their control. That only allows me to log into it. Done. I just thought of that just now. Fake. On your server where you already have your shit, make a secondary portal that has a spoof of the login thing that just goes through the motions. And maybe checks with your licensor and sees which licenses I do have. Because I have all of them. Matter of fact, since switching to your shit, I've lost. I had 73. And I've lost kit pieces. Which I won't get back because I installed from your thing and I erased mine. Which had the uncompressed and the... God damn, you fucked me over so bad, dude. God damn, you fucked me over so bad. Fucking music. That's another reason I want to take back the entire industry. So this doesn't happen to anybody else. Because if there's no money involved, we're going to look at making this shit right and doing it correctly. Combine all the people that are giving away plugins for free into one database that you can go ahead and get the package. If there's any duplicates of like a pull tech or whatever, use one common interface and then have like a faceplate that has you're fucking powered by. Why are we getting so many different interfaces for a pull tech? It looks the same fucking thing. Start putting them in like an actual old school. If you're gonna get like old rack effects, put them in a fucking rack. Like, I mean, it's just graphical. Fuck it. Why not? Revolver had the locker look, the flight case cab kind of look. They used to have the rack mount. No one really besides studio guys really use anymore. As far as I know, I really don't check out much music these days because there's very little that actually keeps my fucking attention. After the second or third song, they all just sound the fucking same, and I'm just like, I like it to sound different. I like to see that you can do more things than just one thing. My way is different and weird, yes. Everybody else's way is normal, typical, and boring. People don't like my way. And then eventually it comes around and it becomes the fad. Trust me. I thought of Sirius FM, cable radio, 6th grade. I was told over and over how no one would pay for radio. Over and over. Dude. Like, look, there'll be no cussing. You won't have to necessarily make commercials because it'd be paying for it. It'd be like cable television for radio. And the reason why I hate it when every time they beep a song, like, shove my nose in shit! Not spit. Not. No, that. Shit. Dog shit. I'm the dog who gets beat. Shove my nose in shit. You know how sensitive a dog's nose is? And how cruel it is that you, asshole, you brought him indoors. It's a wild fucking animal. No matter what name you call Roscoe, and you can get him with like a t-shirt with his name on it, and it's part of the fucking, battle family, and he's got his own fucking stocking. And he's still a fucking dog. No, he's part of the family. We treat him like one of the... Do you? Do you feed your family on the floor? Only dry scraps and nothing of value? Do you insist that your family learn tricks to earn their keep? No, then you don't treat them like family. Do they have their own room? Do they share a room with one of their siblings? You got some fucked up family then. You make them go outside to shit? So when your grandma comes over, what if it's raining? Fuck her? This is family? Wipe your ass off in the rain spout, grandma? You know every time you come over here, you don't shit before you get here, grandma. Like grandma shit in the rug because she's getting old. You gonna whack her with a newspaper and shove her nose in it? As That's why you don't bring wild animals into your fucking house unless you want them to act like wild fucking. They can train them. Imagine an alien race. Let's look at they treat us like chickens. Just corral us into a big fucking thing. Who cares? They don't really feel like we do. We're a much higher life form. Look at their size. There's no way their little brains think anywhere. They can't even control the elements. They're still using tools. They don't think. Not like us. Ooh, one just dropped a baby. Grab it quick. It's fresher. It tastes better. Grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it. She's gonna try and bite you. Yeah, just punch her in the face if she tries to grab. They don't like to give up the fucking babies. I don't know what it is, but it's just so juicy and tender. The human babies are just so juicy and tender. Especially if we can get them inside the sack. Like if you cut the mom's belly open just right and take the sack out while they're still in the juice. Oh shit! You cut the little cord, sew her belly up so she can make some more, and then just stuff her in with a bunch of other guys and let nature take its course. Man, they're gonna do what humans do. It's one thing you can count on. They are going to. Oh, some of them don't like it, but we need more of them fucking human babies, dude. Shit. Have you seen these egg prices? We need more eggs. Oh, we need a lot more eggs. Quick. Put a limit of 10 dozen. Like I said, aside from bakers, who the fuck is going to the store and buying 10 dozen eggs? For there's a bird flu. I don't know what some of you guys were told. Or what you believe from what you're told. Logically, Occam's razor, this one makes the most sense. There was a bird flu outbreak because Trump fired some of the people in charge of watching the bird flu. And you guys don't want to believe that. So the Biden administration just culled millions of birds. No, what caused the bird flu outbreak? I do know that Trump did fire some people that were in charge of looking at it. And maybe the bird flu was already out there and that doesn't help. Maybe, I don't doubt that the whoever was in charge of the time when the birds were being infected by bird flu and the inspectors still had jobs, the recommendation, the normal standard textbook recommendation, kill anything infected and anything in the vicinity so it doesn't spread to anything else. Chickens come from eggs. If you kill 1.3 million chickens, those chickens are no longer laying eggs. And you need 1.3 million eggs to replace those chickens. More than likely, pardon me, in case some of them didn't live all the way through. Probably hatch about 2 million eggs. There's your shortage. While you're waiting for those eggs to grow into full-size chickens, you're still in a bit of a shortage while we'll all live without baby chicken fetuses. If you try pancakes, you're gonna lose your shit. They come in blueberry, dude. You can get chocolate chip in that motherfucker. You can get whipped topping or just butter. Waffle House has waffles. I know, right? Have you ever had a waffle? It's got the little fucking nooks and crannies to hold all the syrup and the butter. It's like a fucking miracle. Breakfast miracle. Oh, everybody passes up the waffle for the yummy baby chicken. Strangely, they like the French toast. Oh, that's right. This baby is dipped in baby chicken. You take the baby chicken out of the shell and you scramble the baby chicken with a fork. See, I've come to terms with this a long time ago. Back when I ate a chicken heart, that must have been like I was 12 years old, and we had chickens, and we had to go interrupt the hatching process to retrieve the eggs. And the females weren't very happy about that because you're stealing their babies. And then you put it into a carton. These were all like basically you load up a school bus and sell it to the nearest hungry bear. And all those mothers would go, what can we do? He has the axe. You saw what happened to that rooster that got out of line. And all he did was try to defend us. And he jumped on him from behind. Because he was so big, there's nothing he could really do. But he tried to protect us. And the babies. The slaughtered genocide of all of our fucking babies. Well, I don't want to raise a bunch more chickens. And now I got fresh eggs. Oh, you got problems. Oh, you got problems. Both sides, man. Have a good, big old baby chicken omelet fest before going to protest or abortions. I'm sure God's really listening to you. I hear he really likes hypocrites. Oh no, he doesn't hear them at all. Who have you been praying to then? Have they been answering? Have you read the part in the Bible that says, beware, for the devil can appear as an angel of light? Yeah, it's in there. So we offered you, what, everything you wanted? In exchange for what, worship? The devil did that to Jesus. Jesus said, get behind me. Because he knew who that was. It was Satan. Lucifer. The morning star. Oh, so if I betray my dad, you'll give me all my dad's stuff? How? It's not yours to give. It's like I can't sell you my soul, because I don't have one. The one I have is on loan. It can be turned off anytime. It's actually on a clock right now that I don't know. And I don't control. When it goes out, it'll probably be an inopportune time. Just being honest. What are the opportune times to die? Huh? How often do you have that in a day? How often is it not a good... This would not be a good time to die. This would be bad. Right here in the bank. Right here on the bus? That would suck. Crossing the street? That would be terrible. Because I know no one helped. They'd probably just start honking the horn, thinking it was some kind of like art piece, thanks to whatever, Corden. I was walking downtown, and I realized the problem. I was walking by the Strand Theater, They have their version of the Walk of Fame, with the handprints and footprints out in front. I guess it's like local people. But it's very short. It's like just in front of the thing. It's like, why? Why don't we do something like that? Recognize the people around here that do stuff of noteworthy. Why are we waiting for Hollywood to come to us? That's every town across America. Every one of your friends has a HD camera in their pocket. If they can loan you a couple weekends a month, you can get a film shot. If you can get the right script, get the right actor, spend most of your time with the actors, go to the local theater, check out some of the plays. Don't pay attention necessarily to the play, pay attention to the performances of the people. Get their names, talk to them. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them what kind of budget you have. If you don't have a budget, explain the idea of the script, and or if you don't have a script, they're like, hey, I guarantee you someone in that playhouse that's working there got a script. You do? Yeah. But it's weird, they won't put it on. Weird? Let's hear it. They said no? Let's hear it. Are you open for suggestions? Yeah. Shoot. There's a guy. Okay. I'm already in there, but I'm already kind of like, does it have to be a guy? But go ahead. There may be a reason. Go ahead. Okay. Can we change that to be cool? I just think that'll resonate with people. As soon as you said it, I was kind of like, I think the people resonate with something. You think so too? Cool. Good. Yeah. Good. Cool. Okay. Yeah. What do you think about shooting this? Here in town, or like, would we have to like make a trip? I'd rather film it in Flint. That increases budget. Could we maybe take a trip to Flint and we film the establishing shots of what you're talking about, and then find places downtown Traverse that could match the interior or the local? You know what I mean? So we set up that it's Flint. We get some outside shots that we're not actually filming in Flint. Would that work? That would, because that's going to save us a lot. Me and you will go, and we can just get a bunch of shots of all the fucking places that you think it should be. And that way, if we find it, like, I want it to take place in this alleyway. Find an alleyway that looks like that in our town. But the establishing shots, like, oh, that's Flint's all right. I know where that is. Man, that looks like the back of, you know what I mean? I don't know where that's at. It was one of the coolest things ever. The first movie I got to work on was called Arse, and A period R, Arse, and it was about a company that'll take your shitty kid and give you a good kid. But there's like a whole test to find out how shitty the kid is. And so they test him through all these different tests to make sure that he's a shitty kid. And when the judges say, shitty kid, can't be redeemed, they take him in a van, blindfold him, just drop him in the fucking woods. And they bring the mom, her sweet child, who is very happy to be adopted, is well behaved, and good kid. Well done, guys. That was brilliant. I loved it. It was awesome. The Dog Thief, which I also got to work on. Guy returns some lost dogs and gets the money. Starts kidnapping dogs, waiting for the reward sign, and fucking taking them back. His neighbor is telling the story of it, and his neighbor is gay and in love with him. I had a microphone like this in my vocal booth. We had the guy reading the lines. He actually was gay and a little bit kind of seemed like he drank a lot. Seemed like, but he seemed like he was kind of actually crushing on the main character guy, which was making him uncomfortable, which made the scene so much more real. It's crazy, man. It was great. It was a great experience. How much you get paid? Nothing. I got paid the experience of putting together a movie, doing the soundscape, editing a movie together to the customer specs, and then he let me rummage through it and do an editor's cut. I had a fucking blast, man. What the fuck are you talking about pay? That was my pay. Look at the smile. You can't. What? If I were paid, this smile would be gone a long time ago. Fuck you. You can't steal what the Lord pays me, man. You can't steal my paycheck. He makes me go, man, with that full stomach, and he makes me to wake up. Or to never wake up. At this point, it's looking like a better fucking option every goddamn day. Am I on Lexapro? Yeah. Make me not actively trying to seek out death again, you know? Yeah. Because I was there. Um, Has there been a miracle cure all where suddenly I have a new lust for life and want to be here? No. I don't care, but now I don't care that I don't care. And it's much more freeing this way, so. I take what I want to take, I do what I want to do. I go where I want to go. I had no plans today at all. I just did an entire day improv. It was a shit. Even though the whole trip was for a shitty call, I was having to deal with fucking in music and get some legal documents and legal help. Do what I want to do. Got high as shit. Getting higher. Not this. This is tobacco. I got high earlier. I hate this fucking world, man. I can't take this fucking. And I'm not suggesting it for anyone else. The way that I have to do it is because I think very, 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 very fast. And the only way to get me to slow down when I was a kid, my dad would just yell at me for talking so fast. The only way that I could slow it down was to say it to myself one time in my head, at least one time, and then say it and slow that down. So by the time it's in my lips, I've already looked at it a couple times. What seems like real time, I've already read it. It's not a script at all. It's definitely what I feel, and it's definitely how I am. But it's been a bit proofread. That's why when it comes out of my mouth, I mean that shit. If I say something, I mean that shit. I've already thought about it. And it's still made it to my mouth. If you see me go, that means I double checked it one last time. I want to say it, but fuck. There's truth and honesty, and then there's brutal truth and honesty. There's honesty, and then there's honesty that'll break a person. I'm not looking to break anybody. I'm not here to baby anybody. But break people, no. I mean, if I wanted to be a manipulative person, I could be. I know all the fucking tactics. The thing is, I only know them so I can keep an eye out for when people try to use them on me. Like I said, the head nodding when they're trying to sell you something, or shaking the, you know what I mean? They're trying to lead you with them, where they want to go, bandwagoning, all that stuff, all the psychological shit. I do my best to learn it so I don't fall victim. Could easily use it, but that's not what I want to do. That's not why I learned any of it. I explained to God, I'm like, please don't judge me. I just want to make sure that I'm not being taken advantage of, because people take advantage of me all the time. All the time. I know it. It doesn't prove anything about me. I know it looks like I'm a sucker, but it doesn't prove anything about me. I'm letting you prove who you are. You understand? I'm still a nice person, and you're still a shithead who would steal from someone who's that nice. And towards the end, I'll let you know. I've known. I've known. This whole time. I've known. You didn't know I know. Otherwise you wouldn't act like you, would you? You would act like someone's watching you. We wouldn't get to know the real you. Now we all know the real you. Now there's no mistake. What I love about the Bible, as I was explaining to, this is years ago when we were doing the Watchmen, this was 2020. Um, I was explaining some stuff about how eternal death. When a man dies, it says in the Bible, when a man dies, he takes his sin with him. When a person dies, they take their sin with them. God would have it that no soul perish. God's all powerful. Why can't he have his wish? He can do anything. Something's not adding up. Or I'm not understanding something correctly. Just think about this. He who believes in me shall not die, but have eternal life. Didn't say anything about eternal happiness. Did he? Did he? Eternal life. He did say whatever you ask him in my name, my Father will give it to you. Yada, yada, yada. But he didn't say you'll have eternal life. He just said you'll have eternal life. He didn't say eternal life in bliss. Did he? Did he? I'm the way and the truth and the life, not the way, the truth, and the prosperous life. Matter of fact, they tell you when you start joining up with God and following that, the world's gonna start to rebuke you. Because if we were of this world would love us. But we're not of this world, so this world hates us. So everybody else's BFD3 gets to work. Mine gets the shaft. Other people lie about that their guitars are made here, right here in America. But I see them coming from the same factories that I'm getting my guitars. I don't say anything. Their company is still doing well. My company was just selling cheaper because I'm selling Chinese crap, unlike them. Folds. Because I'm honest. When I did the review of that one, the pickup says EMGHC. No, that's right. This thing's got EMGHZ in there. I'm like, it does. This is not. They don't think it. I didn't want it on there. I asked them if they have a way to not brand it, but I just wanted that black metal style covered pickup. I didn't want any logos on it at all. But do not think this is EMG. They say it's the Korean EMG. It's just another word for fake. Those are the words I said when I did the review of that guitar. Because I'm honest. I don't shop at Northland. It's right there. It's right there. It's about 2 blocks away. 2 block walk away. At max. I don't shop there anymore. I lost 70 pounds since separating from my ex in May or April of last year. And so down from 230 to like 180. And still going. Still exercising, still everything's going good. Still eating, still losing weight. But all my clothes are from my 230 days. As a matter of fact, I never thought I'd get below 200, so all my stuff that was like 32s from when I was, got rid of that. I'm like, I'm never gonna wear these again. 34s, nice dream. Probably never gonna wear these again. Kept a couple just in case. And the rest are like my 40s and 38s, which are so big that even with the belt pulled fucking tight as shit, they slide off. They want to fall down. I've shopped at this fucking store for 11 years. I've never stolen anything from them. I know all the customer service people in there. I talk to them all the time. Know several of them by name. New people showing up. I said, I know there's a group of people fucking following. There's a lady assigned to follow me around the store as I shop. So let me guess. I know her because the supervisors told you got to follow me. I'm just doing my job because she was trying to play cool, like she was just everywhere I was going. She'd just pop up and be looking, straightening up the shelves. I'm just doing my job. That's a yes. You have a good day. Oh, I'm not done. That was 3 gallons. You and I are going to get to know each other really well today. I come back with the next 3. I walk down the aisle. She was coming down there to watch me. I waited to start the water. I look down the aisle and see her. I go, come on. I'm going to walk you today. Come on. Before I get started on this gallon, I need something from the frozen food section. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and check. You know what? I need some lettuce over on the other side. And while over there, I might as well just make my way back through all the way to the frozen section and then come back to the water. Before I get this next gallon of water, I didn't grab lettuce. I forgot lettuce. Now, remember I went to go get lettuce, but I forgot it. While I'm there, I might as well make sure I didn't miss, since I missed the lettuce, let's make sure I didn't miss anything on the shelves the way back. I got 1/3 gallon. I got 1/3 gallon here. I got lettuce, but I didn't get tomato. I guess we gotta go back to produce. That's on the far side. Okay. I mean, I need to walk anyway, so this is getting me exercise anyways, and this will work. Have a nice day. I'm not done. I've got 6 more gallons to fill. 3 at a time. I don't have anything else to do. And this is making me exceedingly happy. Exceedingly happy. The 3rd trip, she's like, fuck this, and stayed up there. I'm like, yeah. I still whistled. I'm getting water. I might steal a drop or 2. I need someone to watch me. Put someone else on me. Oh, we're going to get good friends. This was another day. Oh, you and I are going to get to become good friends. She bailed out immediately. Come in another day. Put another person on me. Okay. Next time I come in, no person. As I'm checking out, the manager walks up to me. Sir, did you put something in your pocket? Why? Did someone tell you I did? Well, we have reports of someone. Oh, that's interesting. This is the 3rd day. 3rd time I've been reported for putting something in my pockets. So that's why you guys. Do you have a video of me? Because I mean, you guys been harassing me, and his face is like, oh shit. Like you guys have been harassing me. No. Do you have any reason to suspect me? No. I've got it on tape. You want to hear it? I haven't been recording. No. I don't have any reason to. Okay, so this is like the third time you guys have been doing this. If you have video of me doing anything, show it to me. I don't steal. I will pay for it at the inflated prices. There was a mistake that happened, if that's what happened, if that's why you're following me all the time. If not, I've lost 70 pounds in the last 7 months. And it's around Christmas. It'd be a little bit shitty of me to buy myself some clothes right now. It's the gift giving season. I can live with the belt. When I was fucking 19, I was driving back from Texas. My dude was in the car, Opie. We're riding. We're coming back from Wascom. We haven't hit the state line. Actually, no, we just crossed the state line. And a trooper, I'm doing 70. A trooper peels and burns and comes in and whatever. Like, what the fuck's he for? It has to be me. It has to be me. So I had to get over into the lane to wait for him to turn on the lights. No lights. He's just back there. I'm not going over the speed limit. I'm gonna drop in the passing lane. There's a diesel here, and whatever. And I crap between these two diesels, and this other diesel pulls in, and I get this feeling of go, go, go. We got you. Because they boxed him the fuck out. They boxed that cop the fuck out. They both just started going slow, like just go. Go, man, go. He can't. He'd have to fucking throw on his lights and go around. And we're under a tunnel right now. We're not under a bridge. He would have to go. Go. Like, nah. No, he's got my plate by now, I'm sure. So they make room. Of course, he comes gunning through there. He's right behind me. I haven't changed lanes. As soon as he comes up behind me, I go ahead and pull over because I figure he's going to put me over. No go. So with the cop behind me who's done this much activity, I'm... The second we passed the 60-mile marker, 60 miles per hour. You know how fast you're going? You know how fast you must have been going to catch me? You were sitting still, bitch. I left the bitch out. Yet no one's coming to arrest you. How fast were you going to catch me doing 70 miles an hour and you were sitting still? So it's fine for you. On top of that, you only pulled me over once we passed the 60 mile. Well, you can't get tunnel vision. You're in my rear view, and I'm supposed to I'm supposed to pull over as soon as you turn your lights. And you've obviously shown that you are interested in pulling me over. So I'm watching you to follow your lead of what I should do. Then your lights come on, I look over, 60 miles an hour, you piece of shit! Mind if we search your car? Hey man, I just quit smoking everything, dude. You go ahead and search my car all you want. I actually just hit a period where I decided to clean up my shit about 2 weeks ago. Someone told me. Let off for a little bit. I'm probably gonna get high as shit tonight though. I'm bigger than Opie. Even then I was wearing 32s. He was a thin, really little dude. So my 32s were like my 40s on my body now, just big, just huge. And he didn't have a belt because I didn't necessarily need a belt, so I didn't have a belt to give him, and he didn't have a belt of his own. And so they asked him to get out of the car, and like all of his clothes are fucking big as shit. Cause I mean, he's my brother, so I had like a duffel. And I just fucking, I was giving up everything, man. I was gonna go to the desert. No one really ever asked why or what I plan to get out of it, which is a big problem in my life. Everyone just hears what I'm gonna say and they go, "You're fucking crazy." Then they hear how and why and what I plan. They go, "Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense." Yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense. I'm not an idiot. Believe it or not, I actually think things through. I know I dress like this. I know I look like this, but that's the way you don't expect anything from me. Because if I were Christopher Langan with a 200 IQ, you'd still ask me what about. Provable 200 IQ. Those tests are impossible to actually gauge someone's IQ if you think about it, because being multiple choice, there is the off chance of saying, fuck it, I'm going to fail this, and just start filling in fucking spaces and getting 100%. If there's even a chance for that, it is not a fair test of intelligence. It's not. Because there was nothing intelligent about that. That was actually anti-intelligent to the point of being brilliant. It's an IQ test. Yeah, fuck it. You got 100. Cool. How? You didn't even really like crack the book. Nah. Do you see the future? No. Have you seen the IQ test before? Is this some kind of cheating? No. How? I guessed. I thought about who you guys are. I thought about what you are. So what it comes down to, actually, it's not a matter of test. It's a matter of how cleverly did you hide the answers. There's only four choices. How clever are you? How clever am I? I didn't read any of the assignments growing up through high school. I didn't read any of the assignments. The lowest grade I ever got on the test was 85. Guessing. By the name of the book and looking at the cover. The least I'd get was 85. The most I'd get on a regular basis, 100%. No bullshit. Never cracked the book once. People will ask me all the time, can I cheat off your test? I'm like, no, you don't want to do that. Why? Because I'm just guessing. I haven't read the book and I'm just guessing my way. We only had one person that actually passed the test, and they fucking pass it out. I got 100%. I thought you said you fucking... I guessed. How? Motherfucker is considered a classic, right? So what's the most stereotypical trope of a storyline right now? Okay, where do you think that came from? Probably a classic. If nothing else, think back in the time. What would be scandalous in the time that Scarlet Letter was written? Something that'd be completely normal and mundane now. Yeah, the preacher knocked her up. I didn't read that fucking book. Fuck that. Fuck that. I don't read any of those fucking texts. None of those fucking things. Fuck that. I'm at home. It's my time. Fuck you. Homework my ass. It's a decision I came up with in the second grade. It was either first or second grade. I learned averages. Teacher messed up. Said third of your greatest tests, a third of your greatest behavior, and a third of your greatest homework. So wait. Hang on. Hang on in my head. If I ace the test, then just act right in class, that's 2/3. That's more than pass. That's passing. And all I want is the paper because I know I can't get a job without their paper. I don't care about any other shit, but I have to have that piece of paper. My parents have drilled that into me. The school has drilled that into me. I'm not going to college. Fuck that. This shit sucks already. I hate that. I'm so bored. Is this what school is? Sitting around, being taught how things are, and then waiting for everyone else to get it? Because I can't do this. I'm sorry I got on the first time through, and it takes you guys sometimes 3 or 4. I'm tired of being held back. I'm tired of setting the curve. I'm tired of people yelling at me because I set the curve without even trying. Now imagine if I tried. Imagine how fucked your curve would be if I actually fucking did something. You know how I play like all the fucking instruments in one fucking band and I mix and master, you know? Now imagine I had an actual band to play with and I could actually write with something besides just playing with myself. I could get some input from somebody else. 2 heads are better than 1. If you can get more that can agree, it's when you get long-lasting bands like Aerosmith. They have like a fucking top 10 hit in like fucking every decade. Are you kidding? It doesn't even matter if the rest of the album sucks. You still fucking hit the Billboard like every decade that you fucking been playing. Get the fuck out of here. What? 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 That's nuts, man. In a world full of like disposable musicians that they try their best to make you a one-hit wonder so you don't have the control that Prince and Ray Charles and Nirvana and Jimi Hendrix and these other people would have had. That's the great thing about distributing yourself. No one can tell you what's too much, what's too little. You're charging too little for this. Am I? Fuck you. You know, if I charge for this, sure, we'll make some money, and then some people won't get to see it. I could understand if you add a feature like 3D, so they can, like, you know, multiple people can share the spot of the 3D spot, and they can actually like look around at what's, you know, what I mean, what's going on the stage. They can see stuff and they can move around as an extra feature that you kind of need to pay for that, but just tuning in and watching. It's kind of like, I mean, you're playing the radio basically. What more eyes on your music, the more. You guys' priorities are all fucked up, man. You guys are so weird. So fucking weird. Like I said, making a fucking album. You never know which ones are going to hit and which ones are not. Which is why playing them live is a good testing run, isn't it? Have the A&R guys go with you to at least like 4 or 5 gigs before you hit the studio. They're already going to sign you. They know they're going to sign you. Have them set up some gigs in different areas, like Chicago, like some bigger areas. Test the crowd. Which ones did the crowd respond to? Have some people that are not, I mean, their job is just, the band's job is just to play. Don't worry about how the crowd responds. The A&R guy that's there to scout them. He's already scouted them. Now he's scouting the crowd on behalf of the band. Okay, they really liked when you hit ballad. They liked when you changed things up a little bit. They did not like your heavier stuff. Really, that's some of our favorite stuff. They just really weren't. From what I saw, they weren't really into it. I've been to some heavy, and they when it's getting heavy, they usually got some kind of motion, and there's some pit movement for what you're playing. There should have been some movement, and there wasn't really much movement, man. Maybe they're not feeling it. This is the fifth town, and we went to New Orleans, we went to Chicago, we went to fucking New York, and we went to L.A. No hit. I mean, you have 10 songs, right? Yeah. It's just maybe we'll rewrite that one right there. Just write it. You guys got anything else? Yeah, we got this one we're working on. Let me hear it. Try it out at the next gig. It's not ready. Neither was Smells Like Teen Spirit. Try it out. Go back and watch the first performance of Smells Like Teen Spirit. The essence is all there, but and the crowd is responding the same. But you can tell the lyrics aren't fully together or whatever. Might be exactly what they did. I don't know. If you happen to hit a one-hit wonder, if you happen to even hit successful, don't expect it to last forever. Realize that. Look at any band. Look at the biggest bands. Pantera, Beatles, on and on. None of them are like just constantly hitting. The bands break up, things happen, and other bands come and other styles come along. People that are imitate. If you do happen to create a style, other people are going to start imitating it, and it's going to start bending away from where you created. Even though you're considered the godfather of the sound. As the umbrella gets bigger to encompass more people that want some of that money. That's why I was doing that mixing and mastering. I had no shame in it. I said, if you're mixing, you want to get like the best sound, you know? You want to do the best job you can. If not, you're trying to get a paycheck. So get a fucking job. You want a paycheck? Go get a fucking job. There's high paying jobs. You can go to night school and get a high. Art is not a place to worry about cash. It's just not. If you're doing it for money, you're already lost. Even if you happen to hit lightning in a bottle, it won't last long because you're inauthentic, because you want the money. That's why a lot of things, I think that a lot of these rap groups and rap bands, they don't really stick around because after they get rich, what do they really have to rap about? Most of their raps are about either how they already are rich or how fucked up it is being poor. You can still use that platform as a commentary avenue, you know? These are people like, music is my life. Really? Then why'd you stop? I tried to stop. I can't. I'm a fucking addict. I love it. I don't care. I am a music fucking junkie. I can't stop listening to it. I can't stop banging it. I can't stop making music in some form or another. I'm either humming, I'm singing, I'm banging on something, I'm strumming, I'm watching someone make music. I love music, man. In a deep, passionate kind of fucking way. Music, sweet music. I wish I could caress with a kiss. This manic depression is a frustrating mess. I mean, knowing that the end result is death, I'm like, I'm tired. Let's just go. I mean, I get where older people get. You know, they're like, yeah, let's just yeah. Hey, be careful. You could. Yeah, I know I could. Think I fucking care? And I'm already there at fucking 48. God, I hope. I like Mark Lanigan. I hope I don't get old, man. I hope I don't grow old. He was laughing about it, saying he hopes that he just really hopes he didn't see himself getting old. And he really didn't. Matter of fact, it's kind of strange that he hung on as long as he did when he passed. I was like, good on you, man. Fuck, what, 57, 58? Really? Lane cashed out when he did. Kerr cashed out when he did. Shannon Hoon. I mean, you were in an epidemic and fucking one of the worst ones. He was so bad off that when they got him on whatever the methadone or whatever it was that got him clean, I think it was like a Subutex type one, that they wanted to take him around like the Elephant Man and show him off. Like, even this fucking wretched piece of garbage, lowlife scum who had nothing but drugs in his veins. He's clean. This product works. The doctor literally wanted to do that with him. After a while, I got back on it. Why? As he said in the book over and over again, because he's junky scum. Like I said, by the time I was getting close, I had like 13 pages left in the book. I was like, I don't give a fuck about you. I still like your music, but I don't give a fuck about you as a person. I just don't fucking care. I don't care about your book. I love Mark Lanigan. I went ahead, someone said, finish it. It's only 13 pages. Just go ahead and finish it and see how it ends. I'm glad I finished it out because it was a little redeeming at the end. Just a little. Not enough to cover what he'd done, and if what he did in the book is real. If some of the stuff he's singing about is what I think he's singing about. There's a Mad Season song that pretty much confirms that he's singing about what I think he's singing about. Yeah. And see, I don't know which is like common knowledge, and because I do see a little deeper into things sometimes. So I don't know which ones are like just common insight for everyone. I don't know which ones are kind of like, yeah, dumbass, we all know that. So I tend to keep my shit quiet. And then when it happened, like shit happened, like, oh my god, I'm like, you didn't see that coming at all, really? No, like, what? Wow, really? You didn't? Wait till you see what's coming next. Oh, I'm not spoiling it for you. If you didn't see that one, you're never seeing what's coming next. Never. Even when it happens. Like, what the fuck's he talking? What the fuck's he talking about? We'll see. Okay. He was wrong. Because everybody thinks that Yeshua and God are the same. But no one knows the day of Yeshua's return except for the Father who is in heaven. Yeshua himself said, and that's a mispronunciation of his name. I don't know exactly how. It's more Yeshua than it is Jesus. Um, if, shit. Maybe I'm still just shut up. Man, this is, man. Since the 90s, I did my best, man. I did everything I could. Everything I could do to help, man. Father who's in heaven will know when the Son returns. If someone was thinking it, thank you. Um, but that day cannot happen until the man of sin be revealed. Trump is so close to losing his shit. He's so close. Well, I was talking about the tariffs earlier, about Canada. If he was taken out of the driver's seat and they put a 25 on him and say, fuck you. The only thing he can do is keep the tariffs going. If he drops the tariffs and they keep the tariffs going, it shows that they fucking punched him right in the fucking face. And they're not backing down. So they leave the tariffs in place to look tough. And then he shoots out in a desperate plea, basically to Canada, or just people to believe him, that Canada must stop, because Canada is announcing more tariffs, and the fact that they're probably going to pull the electricity to parts of Michigan and New York. So now he's trying to spin another fucking win. Or another, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, he's trying to control the narrative, even though it's, did they start a trade war? Are they right in retaliating? Are they just in cutting off electricity? Because the people in Michigan, I think Michigan went red. And I live in Michigan. Are they right to stop buying American booze? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All of it. Anything American. Since America can be America first, Canada should be Canada first, and Mexico should be Mexico first. This is a perfect opportunity. That's what Trump doesn't. If he does, he's truly an agent of the devil. Because this would be a perfect time for Mexico and the cartel to work something out. Perfect time for Europe to work out. Okay, finally the loudmouths are out the picture. Let's talk. Okay, U.S. is obviously not coming to help you. Or me. So. And I brokered peace by not doing anything. No, you're a dipshit. You're a dumb fuck who has learned to spin the results as what you meant the whole time. I had to promise lower food and stuff and then not deliver. No. You didn't deliver because Elon was lining your fucking pockets. To not deliver. To not harm China. To possibly get us off of Canadian potash and on Russian potash for our fertilizer, which we would never, ever, ever, ever do, since we're not really like good allies with them. We are good allies with Canada, and they're right there. So if they sent us a shitty load or something like that, you know, or decide if we send them money, they decide not to. It's a lot easier to get it back in Canada, isn't it? Especially since Canada's not that kind of neighbor. And send them $5 billion, you're going to get $5 billion worth of fucking potash. You might get 5.5. They're that kind of neighbor. They're great fucking neighbors. What's your fucking problem? They're the best neighbors, dude. They're the best neighbors. They never give a shit. At all. And that's who Donald Trump thinks is fucking us over. Them and those poor people. Not the rich people, but the poor people that are on. Wow, man. You guys are soul sick. Which is why, I mean, since you're not changing, I can't change you, and I can't change me. But I can stop playing the fucking game. Maybe I will go out to the desert. After all, it says if you're looking for God, go to the desert. See, everybody assumed I was going to go to the desert. I said I'm going to meet him one way or another. Dying wasn't exactly my plan. To anyone who thought that was my plan, no, my plan was to go in, meet God. If you're looking for God, go to the desert. And though you don't have faith, I have faith that as far as I walk in, is as far as He'll carry me. And since He's the God of life and gave me life and heartbeat and lungs and all that shit, He'll guide me all the way out, and I'll come back a changed, better person, more equipped to deal with this fucking world better. No, that I need to just wait and shut the fuck up, or I know what I'm supposed to do. And or bye, Sean. Trust me, the world's not missing anything. I would know. You guys have a good night.